Hey guys, in this video I will be talking about campus placement. So this video is specifically directed for people who are in currently, let's say, third year of their college or fourth year of this college, and are looking out for jobs as a fresher, or specifically talking about in campus placement. So currently we are in a month of April, and after 4 or 5 months in the month of let's say August or September, there's mostly the hiring time in campuses, and before that you need to start your preparation right now, right? So I have listed out some points that I want to discuss with you regarding campus placement. Trust me, in the current job market, the best thing that you can do for yourself if you're looking for a job, then the thing is that you can opt for campus placement. You get placed from there, and don't rely on the companies, don't rely on the offshore campuses, right? Sorry, or offshore recruitment. So that is the thing I wanted to discuss, because when people try to find jobs off campuses, the biggest problem that they have, that they find they are looking for jobs as a fresher. Now there could be one case that your college didn't had that much of a companies coming in for hiring. That is understandable, and you cannot do anything in that. So but if there's a case that companies are coming and they're coming in limited amount, and there is a quite crunch of job out there, then you should be prepared to fight in that competition. You should make yourself highly skilled there and highly available, and maybe the best resource that the company could hire. So in this video I will just be discussing some points, some thoughts that might be important for you, and I think this is the right time, because you'll have enough time to prepare. You'll be having enough time to be in a funnel of that thing, a funnel of preparation. So yeah, let's I'll just read out some topics, and we'll discuss it. This will not be much of a theory, so I just want you to sit, if you are watching this seriously, I want you to sit with a pen and paper and list some points down. Obviously I'll be adding all these descriptions that I'm discussing in the description of this video, but still I want you to have a pen and paper and list some points down that I want you to understand before sitting in your campus placements. Okay, so the first thing that I want you to understand is just a simple story of my placement, because this will give you some hint of what happens in campus placement. Well, I think I got all the experience that was possible in the campus placement process. So I started I got campus placed in 2020 from NIT Jaipur. Now because I was from an NIT, luckily I had many companies coming in, but my branch was metallurgical and material science engineering, right? So there was a, you can say, kind of a disadvantage that they don't hire much people from metallurgy if they are hiring for a IT company. Okay, and for core companies, the companies that are hiring for core companies, they will first of all, there's a shortage of those companies, plus the companies will come at the end of your placement season, right? This is a trend that generally happens in campus placements. So I got I prepared many things before sitting in campus placement. I prepared aptitude, I prepared some of the technical skill, and then I learned many things along the way, and that is why in this video I'll be summing up all those things for you, so that my experience or my failure can lead to your success. Okay, so the first thing that I like to share would be that how I got placed. So I was sitting in continuously in campus interviews, and I just decided this one thing, that okay, let me just increase my chances of getting an interview, and to do that I'll have to be a master of the intermediate stages. So if you are in the campus placement, you will have this particular pattern to follow that you can see on the screen. So you'll have your first aptitude round, then you'll have a simple group discussion round, then you'll have a technical interview, and then you'll have a managerial interview. This is a traditional way of hiring where you follow this approach. Now obviously if you are sitting in companies like Future First or another trading company, they'll have some other intermediate rounds, so it will be kind of a trading round and something different. But in general companies, this trend is being followed now. So what I tried to do, I understood, right, okay, I'll have less chances to succeed in an interview. Reason being that I'm from a non-coding background, and there are people that have more advantage compared, like they count the branch in and all those things. So I just tried to increase my chances, and the only variable I could think of to increase my chances was to increase the number of interviews that I can sit in. right? And for that I increased the in between processes. I mastered myself in the in between processes. So I learned the aptitude skills very well, I learned the quizzes very well, case studies very well, group discussions, all those things, and that eventually helped me to qualify for more interviews, and then obviously increase my chances of getting selected. Still, it required me 12 failed interviews to finally get my first offer. Yeah, so I'll just be summing up those points for you that you should apply, and I've just researched some more points, talking to students, talking to my mentors, talking to other mentors, right? So this video will be quite helpful for you. So the first thing that I want to discuss with you is, don't do the bare minimum, right? So if you guys have seen Family Man, there's a dialogue in that, don't be a minimum guy, right? And it's quite irritating, but in this case it's true actually. So the thing is that people think, okay, aptitude is easy, we can do it, or I've done one quiz, it's fine. So that is not the thing, right? You have to be particularly you have to gain an expertise in that particular thing. You have to get an expertise in all the individual skills that are there. So when we are talking about this thing, we are talking about, let's say, your aptitude test. The first thing is aptitude test, then you'll having your let's say technical round, right? Then you'll having your group discussions, and then you'll having your technical interview, and then you'll having your personal interview, or you can say managerial interview. Okay, so you have to be an expert in aptitude, you have to be an expert in the technical thing, expert in a group discussion. Not an expert, but you'll have to give your 100% while practicing them. That is what I'm asking from you. Okay, so and don't think okay, I'll just pass the technical or aptitude questions are easy, because I have seen people, they do couple of logical reasoning questions. You guys have seen, these are questions like there are some patterns and you have to identify what will come in next, these kind of questions. So they see some of these questions, they say, yeah, it's easy, I can do it. But when you do it in a time frame, and when you do it along with the other people competing for it, in that case it's a bit tough, and you will see other people getting ahead of you. That is the point. Now, second thing that I want to discuss is, aptitude is really important. Again, I'm emphasizing on aptitude because aptitude is one thing that is common to all the companies. First of all, the other thing is that it's been asked more, right? And it represents that person, the reason for asking aptitude is, if I've been asked aptitude in our interview process, that means that they're judging my problem solving skills. And that is one thing that is quite common, right? People want people who have problem solving skills, right? So, and in the terms of AI, in terms of in a time of chat GPT, where some you can say recursive task or redundant tasks are being automated, or you don't have to write that much of code, problem solving becomes a kind of important thing to have, because this shows that the person's smart, and they can learn new things. Okay, next thing is, competition is easy when less people are prepared. Remember guys, so I was able to crack that much of interviews, get shortlisted in that much of interviews. The reason being that other people were not that prepared, right? Everyone, they just sit in campus interviews, they fail for 2-3 interviews at the start, and then they start preparing for it. So if you start preparing before, for example, if you'll start preparing right now, you will be at a good position when actual companies will come, and you'll get advantage over the people who are waiting to start, right? So they are waiting, okay, a company will come, let's see what happens, and they'll fill a couple of companies and then they'll prepare. But you can start preparing now, and it will give you an early advantage. Next thing is, make a group. So other thing that we did in our college, me and a couple of my friends, I'll say 4 or 5 friends, together we did one thing, we made a group. Because see, this is a new thing that you're learning. This is not something that you have done for 4 years of your college, and this is thing that you will be doing for the first time, and you need group in this, right? Because if you'll do alone, you might miss something. Plus there are many activities that if you do in group, you will learn more. For example, in group discussions, you cannot learn group discussion alone, you cannot practice group discussion alone, right? You need a group for that. So if you can do this, just ask some of your friends who are interested, or some of friends who are serious about campus placement, just ask them, hey guys, can you form a group, and then practice together with the group. Okay, that is the one thing that you can do. Next thing is practice in front of a mirror. See guys, this is the first time you would be judged by a person. Okay, till now we have been judged by papers, right? We have been judged by exams, but when you're sitting in interviews for the first time of your life, you are being judged by a person, and it's a different environment. I remember my first interview, it was a sales interview. There was a sales company, I was desperate to get a job, so I was there in the interview, but it didn't turn up good, but that's a story for another video. But understand this thing, this is the first time you are being judged by someone. This is first time that you would be asked question in a closed environment, and there will be no one to help you, and you'll be like looking in the eye of a person and answering this. This is a completely new environment, completely new system for you. So I want you to get comfortable in the system, and the way to do it is that you can get a good practice in front of a mirror, right? Mirror or a front camera will also work, right? That is why I encourage college students to prepare content, right? Because this will give them an advantage, because they have a habit of speaking. They have that confidence of speaking in front of people. So yeah, if you don't prepare content, just practice in front of mirror, practice in front of your webcam, or just front camera. And what you can do, if there are something constant, for example your introduction. So what I have seen, people, they fumble in their introduction, and when they fumble in their introduction, their confidence just gives up, and they just struggle going ahead with introduction and the other parts. It's not like they don't know, it's just like they kind of get to a bad start. So what you can do in case of introduction, just write your introduction down. Once you write it, right, it will be like you remember it more, right? That is why that's the same thing that we used to do in school. When you write it, you will remember it more. So yeah, that was the other thing. Practice in front of mirror, and if there's something that you fumble on, write that thing out. Next thing is seek help videos. So what is the meaning of help videos? Help videos is nothing but I just googled about things. I remember when I was doing my campus placement journey, so I just fall on this one good YouTube video of group discussion that really helped me. I just applied the things that were there in group discussion to my use case, or to my group discussions, and it really helped me. And people don't follow it, they just listen to each other. But videos like these, the video like this that we are recording right now, these are quite helpful, because these all are new things for you guys. Okay, till 3 years of your college, you have not been in this process. It all has been good. You've been writing on papers, you will be doing experiments, you are being judged on that, you are being graded on that, fine. But this is the first time you are going in this process. Trust me, this process teaches you a lot of things, and if you want to make most out of it, try to do help videos. There are people who have been into the process, people like me. Try to learn from them, try to get experience from your seniors, try to talk to your mentors, and try to see a lot of content on these things, because other people are not watching this content, right? Other people, they just think, okay, it will be fine, let's see what happens in an interview, and once they'll fail in a couple of interviews, and then at the end of this placement season, they'll get desperate, and then they'll start preparing. So it's better for you if you will start preparing right now. Next things are the technical skills. Now I am currently working as a machine learning engineer. I have worked as a data scientist, as a data analyst, so I'll talk more about the data science stuff, but you can count the similar thing for software development as well. But I'll still not say things about software development, but I can talk about data engineering, business analyst, product analyst, those things. So the thing is, now I am telling you this from an interviewer perspective, right? As an interviewer, we don't expect an intern, or we don't expect a college fresher who we are hiring from campus interviews to know everything, right? But we expect them to be really good at fundamentals. Okay, I don't want you to explain me large language model, I don't want you to explain me LLMs, I don't want you to explain me things like that, but I want you to explain me a good amount of SQL. I want you to answer my Python questions. I want you to answer my data science fundamental question. I don't want you to have a project of deep learning, but I want you to have a project of machine learning, right? So that is what the thing is, because if you know fundamentals well, all the other things can be taught, right? And the thing is, every company is working on machine learning, but they might not be working on deep learning. They might not be working on LLM models. They might not be working on computer vision, but they're working on machine learning. So if you know machine learning, You can answer those questions, and then you can say, okay, I know a good amount of machine learning. If a project requires deep learning, I can learn that because I know a good amount of machine learning that will serve as a base for me, right? So that is the thing. And again, nobody expects you to know everything, right? But we expect you to know the fundamentals quite well because you're sitting in this interview. Fine. Next thing, it's okay to not know everything. No one expects you to know, right? That is what I said. No one expects you to know that you'll be a expert in this thing, because obviously you are a campus recruitment. When you will go into a job, you will spend some time training, you will spend some time understanding how the work happens in actual industries, and then you will learn along the process. Next thing is that be confident and have a learning attitude. So when I see people sitting in campus interviews, and I've been in that position, so I can talk about it, they think the interviewers as some people from different planet, right? And it's not like that. I understand it's the first time you giving an interview, but you have to be confident. A good confidence sets a good vibe for an interview, and if an interviewer is sitting there and looking at you, they think I want to work with this person, right? So that is what the thing is. If you show a good vibe, that means that you are a good person to work with, and everyone wants a good person to work with. Trust me, nobody wants a person who is just extremely working hard, because eventually I'm going to spend 8 hours of my day with you, right? So I want the person to be quite have a good vibe, maybe have a hobby, have some good points to talk. So all that things comes from a good attitude and from good confidence. Remember, when you're sitting in an interview, doesn't matter you're sitting in campus interview, doesn't matter you're sitting in an internship interview, doesn't matter you're sitting for a CEO level interview, always think that the company wants you. Okay, you want to be a part of that company, you want to get paid in that company, that is fine, but also have this thing in your mind that the company wants you. Okay, so that will give you a good confidence. Last thing is take up some learning stuff right now. Again, focusing on this thing that this is your moment, guys. Currently we are in April, May, June, July, August and September are the major time for campus placement. And if you don't have anything in your CV right now, trust me, I've seen people in the campus placement, and in my placement as well, and in the other people as well, they are blank. Like their CV does not have any certificates, they don't have any courses, they don't have any projects. Specifically for people who are from non-core background and now going into specifically people who are from core background now going into non-core background. For example, if I am from civil engineering and I want to sit for the role of data analyst in campus placement, but I don't have any project of data analysis in my CV, then why would company hire you? Because just you have done some course from Python? No, that will not be the case. You'll have to have a good project, and you have to have a good fundamental knowledge, and fundamental knowledge will come when you spend a lot of time on that, right? So currently is the right time. I'll just have a short announcement here. So I am coming up with my own data science course at Grow It As Skills, where you can learn data science along with me and from scratch. We will cover mathematics, we will cover statistics. You can see the snippet of the course right here, and you can just check the course out, the link for the course in description. We will be covering statistics, Python, mathematics, machine learning, deep learning, generative AI, all that in that course. It's a short course. If we'll start right now, it will be starting in April, it will be ending in July. So it will specifically for if you are a person who was planning to sit in a campus placement, this will be quite useful for you. Trust me, guys. People in campuses, they don't know fundamentals of machine learning, and they know language models, they know about LLM, right? But nobody will be asking them questions about LLM. That is the thing. So yeah, do check out the course right now and do enroll it. It's a quite interesting course I'll be teaching out there. If you like my teaching, if you like to learn about data science with me, you can check that out. Just a bit about myself. My name is Shumankit. I prepare data science content. I'm currently working as a data scientist and a machine learning engineer. You can check out my LinkedIn, and yeah, happy learning.